Best be on my way. No time to rest.
The urges are calling on you again, aren't they? I haven't seen you sleep through the night once in the past days. I knew you had some nasty habits, but I didn't want to pry over much, but bloody hells. A pulse-born. Probably more Baldurian parents scare their children with stories of your kind than mine. I thought your kind was extinct. Goes to show, you should always check your facts. So, how are you feeling? Keen to reconnect with your family? Or ready to throw yourself in an oubliette?
No hope is gone, or so it seems, but game's not over yet.
You know, I didn't realize you and I were so alike. I felt paralyzed to do anything about Cazador for so many decades. I gave up on myself. I gave up on any hope of escape after a few lashes. Mal controls you in much the same way. I don't know how you could beat him, but I do know this. You must try. The half-life of a mind-addled slave is worse than death. Don't become his. I wouldn't live another century as one for all the moonstones in Everesca.
Go ahead. I'm listening. A Baal spawn? Gosh. I know what it is to have a closer connection than most with the gods. But with Baal, that's not a bond I'd like to be bound with. You should be careful. Very, very careful.
Copper for your thoughts? Really? Really, really? Oh, fine. I'll be here eating dirt or whatever.
How can I help? With pleasure. Lead on. Ready and willing. Elminster?
Oh, hello, my boy. No, don't mind me. I'm just enjoying a lungful of Baldurian air. Yes, a distinctive aroma, though perhaps not one worthy of bottling. I hear you've been browsing in the most esteemed of emporiums, sorcerous sundries. Indulge my curiosity. What wonders did you discover there? So, you have learned the truth of the enemy we face. The very tool with which its eponymous creator unmade magic itself. Perhaps now you understand what is at stake here, my boy. Though what Mr. asked of you was extreme, it was not without merit, nor demanded lightly.
What are you saying? Or rather, what are you not saying?
Mistra knows you defied her, Gale. Well, of course she knows. She's Mistra. She bids you come to her holy shrine in the Stormshore Tabernacle. There, she will grant you an audience at last.
Mistra's willing to speak to me again? Was this your doing, Elminster?
She knows what I see in you, just as I know what she sees in you. I was not born an old man. I know all too well what it's like to have a goddess fill your heart with longing. Looking at you is like gazing into a mirror that shows centuries long past.
The past is the past, Elminster. And the future is, well, still to be decided. By me. Not by Mistra.
If there is another way, I trust you can find it. It is not in your nature, or mine, to stop looking, to accept the first answer to any dilemma. Do what you can. Put that mind to work. Trust in yourself. Trust in the weave. If you are willing, trust in Mistra. There is a conclusion yet to be written in this sorry tale, Gale of Waterdeep. And yours is the quill that will write it.
A little discourse.
Is that blood? No, never mind. Just what I need.
The mother of all magic, they say. Let us hope Mistra brings Gale good fortunes. I'm not surprised. You've become death incarnate. Mighty, yes. And altogether unpredictable and intractable. One day, perhaps soon, Baal will demand your fealty. You'll either muster the strength to defy him, or you will succumb. I know how I'd choose.
With haste.
Goddess or no, it is a fearsome sting to be let down by a lover. And to hear of it from another of her bright birds. It must be difficult for Gale to imagine great Elminster courting, writing poems, doing certain deeds. It is difficult for Minsk to think of too. Let us speak no more of it. Of Elminster and the sex, I mean.
That pointy-headed old fart talks too much. But he has also moved mountains, walked between plains, and dragged himself back from death 12 times. If he still believes in Gale, the boy should not be overly concerned what his ladylove thinks. Goddess or no. Ask it. Oh dear. Should I brace myself for some fashion advice? But I suppose you have earned better than glibness from me. It was a gift from my husband Khalid. He was a harper. A better one than me, truth be told. Any idiot can swing a sword, but to believe in the cause with the whole of your heart, a much trickier thing. He died. Alone, in pain, and far too young. Murdered by a mage who craved immortality. I'll not grant it by naming him in the same breath as my husband.
The quiet, unassuming shadow to Jaheira's strength, Khalid was another warrior who helped end the Balspawn crisis. Shortly after, he was murdered by the mad mage John Irenicus.
Most harpers swagger and flash their feathers to catch your attention. Khalid was quiet to a fault. I've never known a warrior to go so far out of his way to avoid a fight, which meant the few he chose were usually the right ones. And when we were married, on an upturned cart in the rainy Dalelands, he stammered so much. I'd never been sure if our vows actually counted. The druid in me would like to say it was a thing of balance. The younger woman recalls rather more about a fine bottom, and the habit not to speak unless he had something to say. The songs make much of Khalid's meekness. The quiet little harper who had to keep a tight hold on his courage, but he had it when it counted. And more than that, he had compassion. When you live a harper's life, see all that a harper sees, that is by far the harder thing to hold on to. But a bard can tell you all the rest. As for all the things they cannot, well, I shall just have to keep those for myself.
Poor Gale. But Mister is wrong about him. Perhaps he can yet prove that. You are a mortal child of Baal. Be careful with whom you share that fact. I hear many of your kind have met premature ends.
Mistra wants to meet Gale. Impressive. The only thing a god's ever offered me is a cold shoulder. Hells. It explains so much. Listen to me. I knew another like you. Gorion's ward. One of Baldur's Gate's great heroes. Baal's blood ran through their veins too. They burned away their own darkness with their own inner light. They chose courage. They chose honor. And so can you.
I couldn't help overhearing what Elminster said to Gale. Not every day a god asks for a chat. Hey, maybe I'm invited too. I can be the muscle. That's a heavy weight. I know you can carry it, but it's heavy all the same. You are so much more than your parents. You're more than the affliction that wants to consume you. You are my friend. And you get to choose your destiny. Choose well, all right? Please.
Poor Gale. I hope he knows that a goddess abandoning him needn't be the end. I know from experience. I suppose that makes you quite remarkable. Though not in a way I'd envy, perhaps. From what little I can recall hearing of Baal's mortal children, not all succumb to his influence. Perhaps you can still resist your nature, if you want to.
I was supposed to sacrifice myself to stop the Absolute. Yeah, I don't think I could have gone through with it, in truth. And I'm glad that I didn't, given what has come to light. Hardly. I'm more than glad to leave that place behind. The Elder Brain. But more importantly, the crown that it wore. Even without seeing it for myself, I could sense it. Netherese magic. So pure, so complete. And I doubted what I was feeling at first. Most Netherese artifacts contain only the faintest amount of their former power. The ghost of an echo of a memory. That crown was different. I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril itself, but no matter. It exists. I must learn more of it. We need to learn more about what we saw. An artifact as powerful as that crown must have been documented somewhere. Sorcerer's Sundries is no mere trading post. It's been serving the arcane community for centuries. Their collection of rare tomes is unparalleled. Netherese texts are hardly commonplace, but I'm certain they'll have one or two stashed away. You'll have to forgive my eagerness, but if my suspicions prove to hold water, this could be the answer to all our problems.
Never a dull moment. Another broadsheet for adventurers.
So all it took to get Mistra's attention was to learn how to reforge an artifact that once destroyed her. It's obvious when you stop to think about it. Well, I doubt it's an apology for asking me to die on her behalf. Whatever it is. If it's important enough to send Elminster, we can be damn sure she's serious. This is a conversation that's long overdue on both sides. I owe it to her to hear her out. Come what may afterwards. After you.
That orb seems powerful. What can it do once it's extracted?
Nothing good can come of it unless it is contained. Why?
It might be useful. Who knows?
It's been some time since I stood before her in a place like this.
Have to keep pushing.
I didn't see her make no trouble. I know her. That's Gulster. She's no thief.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
You feel the chill gaze of the Moon Maiden upon you. Selûne welcomes you. Show reverence before your deity and open your soul to their divine power. The cold, white light of Selûne fills you with majestic wisdom and grace. Shine forth as the Moon Maiden shines.
Let's get on with it. Worth a shot?
You feel the chill gaze of the Moon Maiden upon you. Selûne welcomes you. Show reverence before your deity and open your soul to their divine power. The cold, white light of Selûne fills you with majestic wisdom and grace. Shine forth as the Moon Maiden shines.
No one stopped me yet.
There she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mystra, goddess of the weave, mother of all magic.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
Gale's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic. It sets your teeth on edge.
A stream of pure, undiluted weave. I only have to reach out, and it will carry me to Mystra, wherever she may be.
An audience with your goddess can go wrong. I should know. But do whatever you feel is best, Gale.
Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mystra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee. Thankfully not. Though she's not been averse to demanding the odd human sacrifice in recent days, has she? When I pictured this moment, I thought I'd feel more in control. Yet, here I am, with palms sweatier than a bugbear's armpit. I always wonder what being nervous would feel like. I hate it. Oh, that hardly matters. There's not much further I could fall in Mystra's estimation. But I'd like to at least leave her with something to think about. During my time locked away in Waterdeep, I prepared a quite comprehensive speech for her on the subject of our former relationship and the manner in which it ended. Alas, recent events have rendered the majority of it moot, so I'm gonna have to improvise. Unless you have any words of wisdom to impart before I go. You'd make a fine three-dragon anti-player, you know? I think it's best I keep a cool head going into this. Approach it like a particularly high-risk round of three-dragon ante. I'll let Mystra show her flight, and then I can see how strong a chance we stand of winning the gambit. I'll only be gone for a matter of moments. The Outer Planes experience time quite differently to our own. Wait for me. Please.
Gale of Waterdeep, you look well.
As do you. But I assume we're not here solely to exchange compliments. So why am I here?
You discovered what lies at the heart of the Absolute, the crown of Karsus. And you disobeyed my instruction. Why?
Because you had no right to ask that of me. You cast me out. Remember?
You were my lover, my chosen. Yet still you know so little of me. The past cannot be undone with self-pity, nor can a future be forged. Only with the truth will you see the way ahead. The fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic, wrought in the brief moment Karsus ascended to godhood. It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated. You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
So that's what you're scared of. With the crown of Karsus reforged, I could take control of the Karsite weave.
You can no more control the Karsite weave than a weather vane could control a storm. That it entered your body and consumed no more than your powers was a miracle. But we will not be granted another. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. A temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, the Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers a scourge of soulless illithids. If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, you must surrender the crown of Karsus to me.
A great ask indeed. You've given me much to think on, as you always did.
So be it. Follow the needle of your own wisdom. We shall see how truly it leads you.
The Karsite Weave. I had no idea. Do you realize what this means? The orb is no stray piece of ordinary magic. It is something entirely different. The nascent form of a new divine power. Of course, I couldn't control it. I was mortal. But once I reforge the crown, the power of a god will be mine to command. The orb will answer to me. Slim to none, I hope. Mystra has no right to prevent another ascending to the Pantheon. Only Ao can decide that. Let me assure you, Karsite Weave has no more inherent evil to it than a child in the womb, or an axe half-forged on the blacksmith's anvil. It is a tool, ready to be shaped by its wielder, by me. And you know me to be someone of reasonably sound moral judgment, don't you? But they didn't. I always thought it was a miracle that I survived, but I'm starting to wonder if there was more to it. What if it chose me? I don't think you're quite seeing what I'm seeing. Think about it. The crown of Karsus, the Netherstones, the Karsite Weave. No more than a tadpole's breadth from being reunited. This is my chance to get back everything that was taken from me. Everything Mystra denied me. And once I have it, I can forge a better world. Be a better god. I want you to help me. Well then, what more is there to discuss? All we need to do is stay focused on the task at hand. Defeating that Elder Brain. After that, you can leave the rest to me.
Our people from the depredations of the absolute heretics.
So, Gale's hedging his bets with Mystra? I can't say I blame him. Who'd want to hold a power like the crown of Karsus in their hands just to hand it to someone else? I know what my decision would be, but we're all different, of course.
Always at your side.
Mystra has forsaken Gale entirely. A crushing blow. But he is strong enough to persevere, I think.
If not over, then through.
What's on your mind?
I regret many things in my life. Choosing to be here, intact and unexploded, It's not one of them. For now, to have a few more days in your company, no. I wouldn't change a thing. I've often asked myself the same question, but never really found a satisfactory answer. He clearly sees something in me that I can't. The wisdom and intelligence required to overcome almost insurmountable odds, perhaps? Or the stupidity required to attempt it. I take it as a compliment either way. You don't get to be 13 centuries old without becoming a sound judge of character. And cheese, apparently. I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it. I'll be here in the meantime, idling away the hours.
Wow. So that was Mistra. Pretty spectacular stuff. But I think Gale was right not to agree to do her bidding, no questions asked. I respect the gods, but they don't always understand what they're asking of us. Maybe immortality makes it hard to know what it's like to be one of us piggies. Proud of Gale, though. It takes some man to hold his own in front of the divine. Hell yes.
I do not trust Mistra to do right with the crown, but I think I trust Gale even less. He must give it to her when the time comes, or his lust for power might well consume him.
A little rest to brush the road from Boo's fur, and then back to our adventuring.
Far from me to judge Gale for playing coy with Mistra, but I will not be cleaning up whatever mess she makes of him for it.
Mistra has forsaken Gale entirely. A crushing blow. But he is strong enough to persevere, I think.
This crown seems too powerful and dangerous an object for mere mortals to possess. Too dangerous even for Mistra. But I would sooner trust it with a god than with Gale.
Why, hello, lover. That sounded more debonair in my head, I'll admit. Do you need something?
Let's rehearse this one more time. Pretend I'm a fist.
Have to keep going.
Already out, you fix it!
Or their targeting modules.
10 loaves of bread.
Yeah, we haven't even got inside yet.
Let's get going.
You're not staying.
Listen, it's got private rooms, music, and all-round pleasant fun.
I'll give them a piece of mind.
Trek all the way there and hear the same.
Back again? Want a dagger? Or a bow? Need more arrows? Need a spear? Oh, yay!
What a charmer.
Want more? Want less? Wanna sell? Wanna buy? You know where I am. Bye!
Don't be shy.
Let's move. Can't slow down. All right, what now?
What's next? Let's try this way.
Find any fear-mongering.
Looking ahead. How further can I go?
Be the first if possible.
Gortash clears off the cultists. They'll still
Kneel, man. I heard her put some place on the ground.
You say? Well, they were in the Gazette. Saw that.
What can I do for you?
Absolutely. Rare to get your hands on this stuff. Well done keeping it to hand.
There you are. And be careful who you show that to. It might draw the wrong kind of attention.
Types.
got to keep moving.
Oh, gods. What if they're only reporting heroics these days?
We could play chase the gelatinous cube in the alley.
I'll give it a try.
Still alive. So that's progress. What path lies before me?
Can't afford to stay idle. Let's try this way.
Can't give up now.
I welcome thee to the Devil's Fee, where every hellish curio is a... Oh, it's you. Your little scroot of a friend left this on my floor the last time you visited. I presume you have returned to re-engage my services? I am afraid that I cannot take you back to Mephistopheles' vaults. That place is now locked tighter than Lord Mammon's coin purse. I have, however, recently found a delightful new place I could sneak you into. Tell me, what do you know of the devil Raphael? You remember the crown of Carsus, yes? I should hope so. Last time you and Lord Gortash were here, I charged you both a pretty penny to help steal it. His House of Hope is furnished with a great deal of treasures, many related to Carsus. But alas, he lacks the crown itself. I do enjoy a good tangent. I have found a way to slip the latch to his house, if you wish to leap into Avernus one more time. The crown seemed to interest you, after all. Of course, such a task will require quite the substantial donation to Lord Mammon's coffers.
Such a task would be tantamount to suicide. And for what? The devil has nothing that you need.
Far be it from me to overlook reason, reflected in the edge of a blade. Half it is. Why? The risk almost seems worth it when there's such pretty coins involved. Allow me to outline how this is going to work. First, you were never here. We never spoke. Second, you will perform the rites yourself. I want absolute deniability. Here's the grimoire and necessary components. Oh, take this key, too. It unlocks the ritual room upstairs. There's a blood circle already drawn. Don't ask whose blood.
Along with the grimoire and components, Helsik hands you a note containing precise instructions for performing the ritual.
Finally, you were never here. That is of utmost import to remember. Now be gone!
Light on my feet.
That's curious.
I strongly suggest that you reconsider this course of action.
What's next, I wonder?
Whatever you expect to gain from the Hells is not worth the risk of traveling here uninvited.
I'll take this way. What to do? One day, I'll catch a break. Right tool will do the trick.
What sort of curio shop has authentic infernal objects?
Here goes nothing.
Spiritus Excientia.
Gods, I can't believe I'm doing this. We're gonna get out of here, right? Get in, get the hammer, and go. Easy. We won't get trapped here. We won't get dragged deeper into Avernus. We won't. On the bright side, my engine finally feels normal. Like it isn't about to explode. I gotta admit, that's pretty nice. Let's find that hammer and get out of here before I get used to feeling like I might live.
My faith protects me.
Keep your distance, darling.
I'd love to, thanks.
All's well that ends.
I don't hear the Emperor. It can't reach us here, I guess.
Still breathing, despite everything. Seems simple enough. Should mind my step.
There's something unsettling about this. It's a devil's tool, no doubt.
You feel the hunger and desire of countless souls bound to the pillar, unable to escape.
You came. Such a shame. Curiosity killed all the cats. It won't be so kind to you.
As the woman speaks, you hear a distant rattle of chains, and she winces in pain.
The jailer will hear us. I shouldn't be talking to you. I must go. It's not kind to me.
The figure flickers and starts to dim from view, but you sense she could be convinced to return. The figure shimmers brightly. Your words seem to have piqued her curiosity.
I hope so. But it is a faint hope. Just like me. I can't leave. I could only suffer. But I'm supposed to do that in silence. Everyone here hates me for what I am. I'm the thing that kills you and the only reason you're alive. Made by a promise and done by the truth. A handshake, a hug, the first beat of a newborn's heart. I am hope. What little is left of her. A guttering candle in a universe of night.
Raphael's driven her mad. Poor soul.
I'm not much of a friend to anyone anymore. But I could use a friend myself. Do you want a friend to guide you through this madhouse? hear the jailer. It hears me. It'll call Raphael, make every question count. Make some of them count twice. Discovered an ancient gift, prince in need of a savior. The Orphic Hammer is the perfect tool for breaking all infernal chains. Hope can help. The hammer is here in this house. It's...
You hear a sound like the rattle of a chain, and an agonizing scream in your head as hope flickers from view momentarily.
Shh. Quiet. There it goes. Everyone here is mad. Even you, especially me. And that makes them dangerous, but it also makes them stupid. I'll make you seem as ruined as the rest of the people here. A simple glamour to make you a terrible wretch. Now whisper your questions, little wretch, but really quiet and very clever. Concentrate. Remember, quiet as a mouse. The same place you'll find your sorry little soul when Raphael rips it out. In the archive, down the corridor, past the debtor. Oh, the debtors. They won't like you. But I like you. I know I do. I think I do. I hope I do. I just need to ask one question, and I'll know for sure. Can you save me? Please? Please, 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 please. All right. You have to listen very, very, very closely. I will say this only once. Find the key, take the hammer, smash my chains. Find the key, take the hammer, smash my chains. Find the key, take the hammer, smash my chains. But be careful, when you take the hammer, the fire will come, and Raphael, you must run, 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 run. But don't forget me. Please, please, please. I don't want to burn. Not again.
We won't. We'll get you out. I promise.
The rattle of chains echoes louder from unseen places, and without a scream or a sigh, hope disappears.
There's nothing. I'm fine. Let's just get in and get out.
You know, for all the sense of dread and horror seeping through this place, I really feel quite at home here.
The House of Hope. Raphael's abode. Only this time he hasn't invited us to his table.
This place is all entrances and no exits.
Another sorry soul come to wander these halls? What do you seek? I cannot help you. This is not my home, even if I can never leave. was an architect in life, a builder of tombs and temples, but mostly of towers. My proudest work reached for the stars and sought to dry Selûne's tears. It was a monument to life and to virtue, and a happy home to my master for many years. It was a good life. I only wish Our Lady had not averted her gaze from us. When tragedy came, my master fell into darkness and despair. He marshaled a great army to ruin the world and bring all into shadow. I could not let it happen. I sought out the devil, Raphael, and signed an infernal pact with him. He promised to destroy my master's army, and I promised him my soul in return. The devil was true to his word. Fiends slaughtered my master's forces, but he endured somehow and blighted the land. You know my work. Oh, I am glad it endures. Perhaps you also have the misfortune of knowing my master, General Catholic Thorm. Then all came to pass as I had hoped, though a century too late for my family and friends. Your actions may have justified the price of my soul. I thank you. Tell me, what became of my pride? What became of Moonrise Towers? I did not think it possible. Thank you. My spirit smiles for the first time in a century. Now go. Finish your business here and leave while you can.
Perhaps this dinner wasn't to their liking.
None of us should.
I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my skin.
Over here! The gods cannot see me.
When is a door not a door?
When it's a jam jar!
You won't find a way out here. Or a way in.
Oh, there is. There is.
If you stare into the portals long enough, your mind starts to do cartwheels and tricks you into thinking you're falling into a horrible, yawning void. It's one of my favorite ways to pass the time. But you have no time to waste, or time will waste you. And what you need from the house is in the archive. Not here!
The splendid city of Athkatla hums beyond the portal. Neverwinter, jewel of the north.
They say the strict Neverwinter, jewel of the north. I wonder if the cult of the Absolute has influence there as well.
Waterdeep, the crown of the north.
Waterdeep. The forces of the Absolute could threaten even the City of Splendors if they were to reach it.
Salty air, the patter of feet. Baldur's Gate lies beyond.
We have our own portal to take us back to Baldur's Gate.
I am light.
This portal leads directly to the frigid citadel of Mephisto, nestled in the Hells.
Mephisto, home to the archdevil Mephistopheles. Raphael's bold indeed if he ever visits uninvited.
Menzoberranzan, the jewel of the Underdark, lies beyond.
In the shadow of the spine of the world. Menzoberranzan, city of spiders. Of course Raphael has dealings in the depths of the Underdark.
The clock seems caught between a tick and a tock, as if time is holding its breath.
Bet that will fit in my pack.
Such a beautiful house. Oh, such a beautiful
I can crack that open.
prison.
Swallow you whole if you take another step. And you won't be able to save me while you're being digested! You found my prison. My body is held in chains just beyond. Presumably you intend to chew through the chains, cracking your teeth like eggshells. It will work! The hammer is the only thing capable of shattering the chains. Not here, you won't, you blundering cricket! It's in the archive. When you remove it, the whole house will go up in flames. Raphael will fly home, furious. Ready for Raphael's homecoming? He'll use you as a handkerchief. No, no, no. Don't listen to me. You're going to do just fine. I'll be waiting, like I have a choice.
This way.
Let's be quick.
This way.
Soldier. Moving it.
At least things have stayed interesting. Out of sight, out of mind.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
What now?
Wanna dance?
Out of sight, out of mind.
A lost little mouse is running through the house.
Oh, gods. What the fuck have I stumbled into?
A thief in the night, greedy and here to take. Why are you here, little thief? Raphael all but spent himself to get that hammer. And you want to take it off him? This is very naughty. Whatever are we to do? Why don't we play a game? You win, I give you everything you desire. But you'll enjoy yourself more if you lose. There is one way to leave here alive, darling. Play with me. Pretty please. I'd hate to have to kill you. You will make a pretty feast.
This is gonna feel good.
Wow, so much for peace. Just out of view.
The dance macabre. They won't know what bit them.
What's that?
Breathe deep and move.
Can you feel death's cold grip? With finesse.
What's this?
On my way.
Fuck yes. Open up.
Never a dull moment. Don't waste a step.
Well, hello.
Never a dull moment. No traps, please. Let's see what this does. That'll help us in the archive. Breathe deep and move. Let's have a look.
To be nothing, to be gone for good.
I'll take that.
show your invitation.
Let's march!
For me?
Looking ahead. Moving ahead. What's hiding here? Something over there.
I'm fine. Let's just get in and get out.
Might be useful.
What a day.
At least things have stayed interesting. Time to press ahead. Come on, open up.
Been awake for 100 years. Let me rest.
Better not be cursed.
I'm in two minds. The rat and the man and the rat, they gnaw at one another. Which one will be the meat and which one will be the tooth? Rats! Where are the rats? I have hands and legs and tail and claws, and I am the rats. I skitter now, best at the litter, and hungry, want victuals sweet with rot. Simpler life, but harder.
You look positively wretched. Perfect!
The rats! The rats!
Open up. Might be worth a look.
The spilt wine is laced with the perfume of an exquisite poison. An unexpected treat.
They're gnawing through my guts.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
They're eating me.
I thought you'd got lost and died. Over here! Hello again, little mice. The price for speaking is steep, but I must give warning. Your prize is just ahead in the archive, but you can't take it yet. And even if you could, you mustn't. Trigger the alarm, and Raphael will come swooping home on wings of malice to rip out your soul. In this house, thieves are melted like butter and spread onto toast. Shh. I'm doing it again. Doing it again. I am being boiled alive and filled with 1,000 pins. But since you ask so politely, I'll calm myself. The archivist is the key, but he's as stubborn as a king and as serious as a heart attack. Exploit his fiddling weakness and make him grovel! Oh no. They hear me. Speak quickly, speak softly. You know how this goes.
You steady your mind and prepare your questions.
My heart just skipped a beat. You might just pull this off. Please, please take me with you when you leave. I will endure till you find me. Hope always does. And when you do find me, we will rip out their gizzards. But first, go get the hammer. Once you do, the house will bare its teeth, and you'll only have a few minutes to get me out of my prison before Raphael arrives. And then it all comes tumbling down!
They're eating me. Raphael sees everything you do.
Guest? Are you a client of the Master, or a visitor from elsewhere in the Hells? I do not believe you were invited. One moment. I shall consult the visitor's schedule.
His eyes flicker back and forth as if he is reading a book. He has the schedule memorized, or it's carved into his eyelids.
Most irregular. The schedule is all but clear, and yet you are here. Have you indeed? That's splendid. The Orphic Hammer is one of Master Raphael's most prized possessions. You can't have it. You can't even touch it. And I would suggest you don't think about it. I'd rather you didn't. My spine has only just healed from the last time the Master shattered it. Wholly deserved, of course. I spilled a glass of Batazu blood wine on one of his favorite portraits. Perhaps you could work off some of this aggression in the boudoir. It is where Raphael conducts his most private matters of business and pleasure. You will need this to gain access. The resident favors their favorites. Satisfy them, and they may put in a good word on your behalf. Disheveled and with a lingering odor of blood and sweat. I hope you found the boudoir to your liking.
Never sign your soul away.
I see the Orphic Hammer has caught your eye. It really is a magnificent exhibit. Wholly unique.
There it is. The Orphic Hammer, right within reach. It appears to be protected by an energy field of some kind, but you're not familiar with this magic. The magic blinks away at your words.
Careful now. Last thing we want to do is call forth Raphael's ugly mug before we need to.
Raphael's dinner bell. This is delightful. You have what you wanted, but you cannot leave lest all hells break loose. A hopeless situation?
Wonder if the gods are watching me. What's inside? Wish I had a bag of holding. Something over there. Can't keep me out. Stop me yet.
Gauntlets of hill giant strength.
That might be worth a look. Still breathing, despite everything. I'll give it a shot.
I've got good news. And bad news. And worst news. Good news. You got what you came for. Successful visit. Great success. Fantastic work. Bad news. So many things will be on fire when you step outside of this room. You included. That's okay, no, right? It's hell. You expected it to be hot. Worst news, Raphael's on his way home, and oh boy, he is spitting mad. You planned for this. I know you did. You have everything under control. It's really important that you don't panic, even when your eyes evaporate from the heat. Come to my prison, bring the hammer, break my chains, and then we exit stage any which way! Quick as a cockroach, lickety-split if you don't mind!
Time for some bloody work.
The mechanism is locked and can't be used again.
What should I do? On the move.
I'm heating up. In position.
Over here.
Let's end this. Take your
Ready for another round? Bye forever, pal.
Can't even catch my breath.
There's blood in the air. Tormented!
There's no time to waste.
Let's move. These boots have seen everything.
Did you get distracted?
Still alive, so that's progress. Another step forward. That's a friendly looking shadow. Just out of view.
I'm ready. Tormented!
No time to rest. On my way.
Just across the hall, if you don't mind.
You picked the wrong fight, friend.
I guess. I hope I'm right.
Wonder if the gods are watching me. What now? Never wanted the easy path. This calls for careful footwork. My hand slipped. All by my hand. Can't slow down.
Almost there. I'm so excited I could scream.
Have to keep going. Time to press ahead.
Count on me.
Go for the throat.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. Be on my way.
No time to waste. Come quickly, come now. You really went and did it, didn't you? The whole house is tumbling down and Raphael's striding across the plains to come catch a mouse. Now swing that big, beautiful hammer, crack open my chains, and let's get out of here. It's time to fly this coop on a hope and a prayer. You sound so brave, but we really don't have a choice.
I've got a long road ahead. Very well. Softer
Smash those chains!
Nothing important is ever easy. Have to keep going. Boots have seen everything. Do I have to lose? the easy path. Something good here, I hope.
I'm ready.
Let's get going. Time to press ahead. I have a lot on my mind. And well, in it.
Free! I never thought I would be believed. I could be hoped I might be. Heads will roll! But we must dress the Hollyphant in the room. I can see how you avoid looking at me. I must be so terribly mutilated after all these decades of torture. Don't hold back. Tell me how bad it is. I shall find a breathable sack to wear on my noggin. But only after we escape. We'll carve our way to the entrance hall and chop Raphael into messes. That's the hopeful version, of course. The likely version is that we are the messes and he is the chopper. Onwards!
Breathe deep and move. What to do?
What am I to do?
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have. Can't give up now. Should mind my step. my way.
My turn. I've got it.
Let's turn someone inside out.
Need to act fast. Moving.
Need to find a way forward.
Put him up. Eat it. Jimmy on the go.
Let's spill some blood. Tormented!
Is that blood? Never mind. One day, I'll catch a break.
I wonder what the next move is.
Still alive, so that's progress. Anything of use? Not over, then through.
There are 3 things you need to know about Raphael. He's almost home now, closer than a kiss. His favorite color is blood. And he probably knows 1,000 ways to kill us. This is going to hurt.
No time to rest. Need to find a way forward. Still breathing, despite everything.
Time slows for a moment, and the air becomes thicker. The master of the house is coming.
You. There are many things in your world that I loathe. Litters of kittens, chattering children, the noise and the chaos of it all. In my world, in my house, there is order and there is decorum. You came here uninvited and you stole from me. In doing so, you brought the chaos of your world into mine. I will not abide it.
I'm not entirely sure that he won't.
Oh, Hope, you are such a piteous thing. All it takes is a crumb from the table and you forget the centuries of starvation. This insolence has earned you centuries more. Carilla, tell our unwelcome guest about your role in their tragic downfall.
I permitted you the freedom to decide your own fate. You could have been smart, selfless, saved the world. Instead, you came here and risked everything.
It's the fatal flaw of mortal kind. Take away their free will and they call you a tyrant. Allow them to indulge it and they become tyrants. You would have been heroes if you'd only dealt fairly with me. Instead, you're not so different to doomed Carsus, overreaching your limits and burning your world to ash.
Wrong! 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 They will save their world and smash you to smithereens.
It's this charming naivety that makes your company such a joy to me, Hope. I'll even forgive this little rebellion once you're suitably chastised.
This isn't a rebellion. It's a revolt. I'm revolting!
Then Hope dies today. Commander, you can salvage a trophy from these insects when I'm done with them.
These insects struck me down beneath the Shadowlands. They are worthy opponents. Their skulls will make fine trophies.
You mistake efficiency and strategy for cowardice. It will be your last mistake. If you have any last words, make it quick. It will only take a moment to finish you. No words? No matter. You will scream before the end, little mouse. Now, down comes the claw.
All mortal lives expire. Souls go to their dooms in flame forevermore. Cutting to the chase.
Hell has its lords. Hell. Effect in the course. Curtain falls. But hold your applause. Squirm,
squirm, for now down here come the claws.
Lives, oh mortal lives, expire. Souls go to their dooms in the lake forevermore.
Fools, how hard you have fought. Brave, brave, but it's all been for naught. True souls that couldn't be bought, doomed, detected, and caught. No more deals, it's over. The final act, you're doomed. No more grace, it's over. This house of hope. You're doomed.
Take you. Lives, oh mortal lives, expire. Souls go to their dooms in the lake
Doomed, detected, and
Hungry for the slaughter. On my way.
Tactical.
A little help, please. Healing. Take your Take your
detected and paused.
Have to keep going.
The dance macabre.
Right, Karlak. It's go time. Jimmy on the go.
Your suffering will be eternal.
Can't afford casualties now.
Take you.
Take you. Take you.
Light on my feet.
Let's have some fun. Let's go.
I'm heating up. Under their noses.
Heading there.
Take you.
Here we go again.
There's blood in the air.
Tormented!
I got this.
In position.
life.
Take you.
Poor fucker.
Take you.
Doomed, detected, and more.
Need to find a way forward.
Let's spill some blood.
Tormented!
Smell blood.
This ends now!
On the move. Take you. Quite a view. If not exactly.
It's absolutely preposterous that any of us are alive. Maybe we're not. Pinch yourself and check we're not dreaming the last of our lives as we die screaming! I was just about quite all right with the amount of fight he put up. If anything, I would have preferred less. What a wonderful, jubilant, glorious day. But my poor sister, Corilla. It is not right that she died. And that makes me want to weep an ocean. You don't know the half of what she did. When we were children, she always kept the last piece of pastry for me and bloodied the nose of the bullies who pulled my hair. She was my sister. But as a wise woman once said, there's no point in crying over spilt blood. We must go on. And despite all the years I've lost, I have enough love in my heart to guide you home.
For the first time since you heard her voice, hope seems calm, and the peace flows from her into you, soothing your very soul.
I'll hope. What else? I hope I'll see Corilla again one day, and that she'll say sorry, and I'll tell her she's forgiven. I hope I find all the pieces of my mind that fell out of my head over all those years, and that I'll be able to put myself back together again. I hope the echoes of pain will fade, and memories of sorrow will die, and that you'll visit me here someday. And I hope you have a happy ending of your own.
the wind back in my sails.
Swift as my feet can carry me. What's inside?
I'm fine. Let's just get in and get out.
Defeating a devil in his own home feels very, very good, actually.
That's the last of Raphael. I'll be glad to no longer have to suffer his smug face.
So you wormed your way into the devil's lair, risked mind, limb, and freedom, all to steal the Orphic hammer. I hope your ambitions end there. I have already told you that the Githyanki Prince only wants to see you dead. But it seems you still do not trust me. You are falling into the same trap as the Chosen. Their distrust of one another is their undoing. We must not make the same mistake. We must work together. I'm disappointed to hear that. Nonetheless, our fates are bound, and in the absence of a happier union, I will accept a useful one. You may think yourself ingenious for having slain a devil, but you have merely ironed out a wrinkle. The Elder Brain will not be such an easy foe. It is time we resume our journey to find it.
Careful, soldier. I'm burning really hot. Had a nice break in the hells. Now that we're back, my engine's in overdrive again. Let's move. A trot will take my mind off being barbecued alive.
Should get some rest. I need to keep sharp.
Here goes nothing.
Trips to the Hells are usually one way, especially when the traveler causes the kind of trouble you did. I knew you were a thief, didn't realize you were a killer. Raphael's death is already causing quite a stir across the Hells. It's a rare thing for a mortal to slay a devil of his stature. I'm impressed. And just a little bit intimidated. Your coin is always welcome here. And so are you, Devil Slayer. Welcome back, Devil Slayer. What can I do for you? Now you've seen what I have for thee. Remember, discretion is key at the Devil's Fee.
Ah, damn it! To end a devil in the hells is to end him for true. Boo was hoping to make a hobby of killing Raphael over and over again.
To slay a devil in his domain is to end him entire. Or it should be. I am still primed to hear some slimy final rhyme from beyond the grave.
Raphael is no more. I shall not shed any tears.
Raphael's good and gone. Feels damn good too. Now, if only I could get rid of the other devil in my life.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
The hammer is ours. The devil is snuffed out. Our power is undeniable. Yes, the hammer is ours. The means to Orpheus's release is in our hands. To Chares's caress, Voss is still waiting. He must know of our victory. When we next enter the astral prism, we will break Orpheus free.
What's on your mind? Ugh, thank the gods it's over, I say. My last trip to the hells ever. No such thing as a home in the hells. If Hope's happy, good for her. But mark my words, some devil or other will push in and claim the place sooner or later. Stick around in Avernus long enough, and you'll run out of hope entirely. No, soldier. I'd rather live out my days in the world I love than live forever in a world I hate. I don't know much, but I do know that.
No amount of contracts will save Raphael from the fate we forced upon him. A devil well slain, if I say so myself.
Precious little Baal babe.
Let's move.
Feel the chill gaze of the Moon Maiden upon you. Selûne welcomes you. Show reverence before your deity and open your soul to their divine power. The cold white light of Selûne fills you with majestic wisdom and grace. Shine forth as the Moon Maiden shines.
I wonder what the next move is.
Feel the chill gaze of the Moon Maiden upon you. Selûne welcomes you. Show reverence before your deity and open your soul to their divine power. The cold white light of Selûne fills you with majestic wisdom and grace. Shine forth as the Moon Maiden shines.
I have a lot on my mind. And well, in it. Don't waste a step. All right, what now? With haste.
Welcome back, child of faith. You have come far, I perceive. How may I serve you this day? Of course, my child. Within limits. Behold my wares.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Don't touch me.
No one stopped me yet.
Transcript of a conversation with Archduke Gulatash.
What's he got to say for Need to find a way forward.
God's damned hypocrites! The Blade of Frontiers, all pomp and empty oaths. The Sword Coast's most dashing fraud. You are either a fool for trusting him, or a wretch for conspiring with him. Doesn't matter which. Lady Mizora told me everything. How Will slaughtered his own father. How he craves his power. How he means to make the city bow to him and him alone. This city holds no place for you, or for Ravengard's treacherous spawn.
You remember the stories of Elturel's fall. The city was dragged into the hells at Zariel's behest, and Ravengard along with it.
At ease. By the living gods, I believe you. What darkness has fallen upon us? There's something you must know. I should have told Will sooner, but I'd hoped somehow Ravengard would return to us. He knew about the Absolute. I thought little of it at first, but he realized the danger before anyone else did. He understood that if the cult were successful in raising an army, Baldur's Gate would be doomed. Before the Absolutists abducted him, he told me that should he fall, I should seek Will out and give him a message. Will was schooled in the ways of the great champions. He is to use those lessons to wake the worm sleeping beneath Baldur's Gate. The worm is oath-bound to answer the call and come to the city's aid. Dead. So once more, fortune turns against us. We need to prepare for battle. I will head out and seek out more allies to help our court. The fate of the city now rests with us. Have courage. May we drive the Absolute forever from the coast.
Look, Mama, look! It's so pretty! Because they're made of fire, darling.
If another elemental is made of fire, what am I made of?
Many things, I suppose. Blood.
Welcome back to Sorceress Sundries. How can I help you? What will it be?
There's no time to waste.
Please come again soon.
And I am wrong. Where have Jeremy and his mother?
Madness. Next they'll start panic buying parchment.
Invisibility. Can't risk being in open view. Well, that's interesting. Softer. I'm sure your manners is not enough. If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine. Breathe deep and move.
There is work to do.
That's why we need the ointment.
I simply must have it.
Let's move.
I wonder what the next move is.
I've heard he's not really one for all's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have. going.
Even if I lose a limb, they keep on going.
Never wanted the easy path.
Copies of this. Prepared. We all do. I won't be trespassing anywhere else in that
I see. Gold? All about profits, my love.
Calm down.
Ansur is dead. There will be no great tempest roaring through the skies, no dragon redeemer to save us. What hope then for Baldur's Gate? Without the Great Worm's aid, is the city doomed to fall?
You braved the worm's lair, seeking a savior. Yet it was you, all of you, who vanquished the undead abomination which Ansur became. You are more powerful than you understand. It is you who are the Tempest. It is you who are the heart of the gate.
You're right. We are the warriors who'll slay the Absolute. We are the guardians who'll defend this fair city. When the brain dies, so too will the tadpoles it calls to, ours among them. The people will hail us as champions. I could even claim my father's own ducal title and carry his banner after this. Grand Duke Will Ravengard, Marshal of the Flaming Fist, the city's truest defender. The Absolute's end would be the guarantee. Devilish visage be damned. If I were to call myself Grand Duke, no patriarch would deny the claim. Imagine bending the will of the citizens with a single decree, and bringing my enemies to their knees with a single threat. Yes, I will walk the same halls as my father and command the same soldiers. I will raise the city to new glory. Memories of my father will fade. I will be the Ravengard recorded in the histories. The Blade of Frontiers is dead. I will be Will Ravengard, proud Duke of Baldur's Gate.
The future Grand Duke stands with confidence befitting a statesman. The future of Baldur's Gate rests in eager hands.
Nature cares little for nobility. It is pure artifice. But I can still hold some respect for Will's accomplishment. He shall be a fine duke, I am sure.
Seems like Will's a Grand Duke to be. I hope he remembers us little people after he's ascended.
Grand Duke, is it? Oh. I'd follow Will into battle, sure enough. But politics... I think I am perhaps too faint of heart.
A noble chant, is it not? Hail Will, Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate! What do you mean, Boo? Of course the people have voted for Will. I think.
Light on my feet.
Yes, the hammer is ours. The means to Orpheus's release is in our hands. To Sharess's caress, Voss is still waiting. He must know of our victory. When we next enter the astral prism, we will break Orpheus free. Duke Will Ravengard, a moniker Will shall justly earn.
Grand Duke Will Ravengard. Has a ring to it, doesn't it? I can't think of a better caretaker for the gate.
If there's heroism to be found in politics, I'm sure Will'll find it. Somewhere.
Well, Grand Duke Ravengard. A position like that comes with a lot of wealth and luxury. If you survive long enough to enjoy it.
Decorated with a grinning face, this cold iron flask is sealed with a brass stopper. The flask shudders in your hand, then magical energy emanates from its neck as a creature emerges.
There's a creature trapped inside. Put him up.
Never a dull moment.
Bye forever, pal.
How much further can I go?